Peace, family. What's going on? Can you hear me okay?
To me. I was staring at her for a minute or two. She smiled and said, "Can I help you?" I confessed, "Damn, Miss Lady, you got a smile on you." She said, "Let me show you what that smile can do." Shit, too late. I was already caught up in this sweet place between her voice and her pretty little face. From then on out, she secured her space. I want the flavor of your divine stain on my lips while the currency of enthusiasm sat on my face. I want the intensity of your chakra so powerful that we can't keep our hands off each other no matter the place. Let your spirit ride my tongue. I'm trying to speak to your soul. I'm trying to lick back all the affections that it stole. I want your ambitions to drip down my chin because that's what you thrive on. Until your chi leaks and you praise me as I'm taking you back to Zion.
I hope one day my words would cancel this power trip, but right about now, I'm just going to rest and take this sip. King.
Oh my goodness.
Well, listen, guess what? I hit record anyway, so we going to...
Well, thanks, Tino.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Listen, because we ready, bro. We ready. Listen,
we ready.
We ready. Collab. If you're late, I feel sorry for you. You can go back and listen to the old recordings, man. This is the Collab. Collab is two podcasts combined, man. We got the Water to Wine and the Core Room all combined in one podcast. So, bro, ain't nobody doing it like we doing it. I'm just saying, man.
At all.
Right. Listen, so that's Tay, the lovely Tay.
Get your boy Trim right here.
Trim, the Renaissance man. And listen, we're very, very excited today because we got a future poet. Well, he is a poet, but he's a future author. I'm gonna put it all on you, bro. Author, Grammy Award winner.
All that.
Man, he's gonna be the inspiration for the generation, man. That's that, and I see it in him, bro. Because I've listened to his poetry. He's a deep brother, man. He's very deep. But he has a lot of titles, but guess what? Just call him King, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce to you the poet. Call me King.
Sir, on my birthday, I need you to introduce me.
I got you. I got you.
Welcome, King.
King, what's going on, brother?
Appreciate it. How y'all doing, man? Hey, I really appreciate y'all having me on, y'all. I'm too excited, too honored, I'm too humble, man. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough.
Oh, no problem, brother. Listen. We rearranged some things for you because we were so excited for you, man. Like if anybody goes back and listens and looks at our podcast, it looks a little darker, right? Like we illuminated right now. Except for Tay. Tay got the glow over there.
All the time.
Glow. But we are right now. We're doing it in the afternoon. Okay, where you located right now?
Right now I am in Germany, Ramstein, Germany, right now. So
what you doing out there?
I'm stationed here for the time being.
So you are a military veteran.
I am Air Force, 12 years going on now.
Nice, man. Thank you for ours. Thank you for your service, brother, man. We appreciate you being out there protecting us, man, because, we need you, man. We need you, man. So we appreciate you.
Thank y'all for y'all support. I mean, I'm sure y'all know that this is not the easiest time to be serving. Y'all support is very, very appreciative and needed for us. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.
No problem. And man, listen, you in the military and you get your dreams out there, man. Getting your dreams out there. How long you been doing poetry?
Let's see. Well, I've been writing poetry since middle school. About 6th grade.
How old are you?
33.
33. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Been doing this for a while.
Black definitely don't crack. I would not have pinned you for 33. Like a young man, like 20s.
Right.
I appreciate it. I like that.
Well, we're gonna get into a good conversation, man. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about relationships. You know what I'm saying? We see that your poetry is kind of wrapped around relationships. But we want to do something. So we normally do this segment called Rhythm and Booze. Boo. Pretty much we take new music, rate it, break it down, and say pretty much whether we like it or we don't. But today we're gonna do something special for you, bro. We're gonna do something called Rhythm and Breakdown. So pretty much what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a song, a very controversial song still to this day.
and we're gonna break that song down. Because you know what? And you know this, King. It's a difference between singing the song and actually saying the song. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you start saying the song and it's natural, like without the beat and everything, it gives a different meaning to it. And that's what you do, right? Because you give certain words a different meaning to it by the way you say them, right? So today's song, we're gonna give a breakdown to the song "Sexual Healing" by Marvin Gaye.
The one and only.
Man,
The one and only.
R.I.P. to Marvin Gaye, man. R.I.P. to Marvin Gaye, because
Definitely.
he was a poet in his own right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do, and I sent the lyrics to y'all. And use the second one that I sent, because the other one didn't really give everything. So I want to, since you're the guest, we want to give you the honors of saying the first verse, and do it in the way. If this was open mic night, I want you to present that first verse of Sexual Healing to us. How would you do it if you went open mic night?
Need some snaps or something.
So give it to us, King. First verse. Sexual Healing. Go.
Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. And baby, if I can't hold it much longer, it's getting stronger and stronger.
Dog, do you understand what's going on in this verse? Bro, if you listen to these lyrics, you like, yo, dude, like, first of all, this is what, 1979, 1980? That dude said, I'm hot just like an oven. And I'm like, yo, for a kid, think about it as a kid listening to this song, bro. I'm like, yo, I don't know what to say. Because, I mean, as I got older, I started learning some things. You know what I mean? I'm like, this dude right here is really, he really horny. These words, you know what I'm saying? And he said, listen, and baby, I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger and stronger. Yo, like, yo, bro, like,
dude.
If this ain't poetry, bro, I don't know what is. And when I get this feeling, I need sexual healing. This is a game, bro. This is a game at its finest. It says, whenever that blue teardrops are falling, I get emotional stability is leaving me. There's something I can do. I can call on the telephone and call you up, baby. Honey, I knew you'd be there for me. The love that you give to me will be free. That man said, the love that you give to me will be free. He ain't paying, bro. He says,
that means that it's coming directly. He know what's his. He what's his. He putting the claim on that one.
He says, if you don't know the thing you're dealing, I can tell you, darling, it's sexual healing. Listen, bro, I didn't hear these words. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you say them,
as a kid, you definitely don't hear them things as a kid. Like, I remember hearing this song when I was a kid. It's like, now as an adult, I listen a little bit deeper. I'm like, oh, dang, Marvin, really? You serious like that? So it's like it takes it a different tone when you listen to it as an adult versus as a kid. I would say that for sure.
So Tay, now you can give me that verse.
Okay, hold on, let me go on back over there. Okay, so verse 3. Okay. It says, come take control. Just grab a hold of my body and mind. Soon we'll be making it. Honey, oh, we're feeling fine. You're my medicine. Open up and let me in. Darling, you're so great. I can't wait for you to operate. You know what that man said, bro. That man said, I'm just thinking about it all day. Just take control. Look, I'm just going way back. We chilling.
Like man, like Trim said, this is Mac.
The man said, I can't wait for you to operate.
Right. He said, darling, you so great. I can't wait for you to operate. Woo. Bruh, listen, I'm about to go have my second child in a minute, man.
Relax.
I'm just saying. Bro. Like
Marvin, brother Marvin.
Marvin was
shit.
Hey, Trim. What you got over there, man?
The chorus?
Yeah.
All right. So what? Only thing I got left is what, the chorus, right? So let me see. So when I get this feeling, I need sexual healing. Oh, when I get this feeling, I need sexual healing. I gotta have sexual healing, darling, because I'm all alone. Sexual healing, darling, till you come back home.
Oh, the last part make you think it's just not all about sex, doesn't it?
Man.
Exactly. Like it makes you feel like it makes you feel like there's more to it. Like now, it's like I say this: the lyrics for that song is like to me it felt like it was like he had imagination going on with it. Like he was like creative ways of how you can say that basically I want you like now.
Right.
Like how many ways can you say that? Like nowadays, it's like they just say like whatever, they just drop it all. There's no creativity into it.
And I'm gonna tell you because we missed one verse. This is one of my favorite verses.
What's up?
He says, oh no. We went to that because I guess my favorite verse. I think we did say this part where he says, "Baby, I got sick this morning.
Mm-hmm.
A sea is storming inside of me."
I was about to say something.
Baby, I think I'm capsizing.
Wow.
The storms are rising and rising. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, bro, these lyrics were very, you understand, this is early 80s, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep in mind where Marvin Gaye comes from. He comes from Motown, right?
Yeah.
So Motown, now don't get me wrong, there were songs like this, right? Mm-hmm. But Motown was very clean, very, you know what I'm saying?
Had that image.
Exactly. So these songs are very, like Trim said, he had an imagination. It's very visual. You can really see this and you understand it. Ain't no digging through it and like kind of guessing what he talking about. Because the hook is straight direct. Mm-hmm. It's sexual healing. That's what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that alone, you know what I'm saying? Like just the time that it came out and the way he said it and the way it was written. And I know it's two other writers of the song too, besides Marvin Gaye, but definitely a song that has stood the test of time.
Even to this day.
And King, man, like that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you want your lyrics, you want your words to stand the test of time. If not, what are you doing it for? So with that being said, that's the end of our rhythm and breakdown. I think we're gonna do that segment more often, man. Because that
was cute.
I love the way.
Yeah. My interpretation.
What's up, man? Yo.
Oh yeah.
Share it, dude. Of course.
Oh, let's do this. Let's go, brother.
All right. So, and it's funny. You said it. It's early 80s, man. When I was hearing this song growing up, my mom and pops was playing it. I see them dancing in the kitchen and whatnot. I know the song by heart, and it never dawned on me exactly what he was saying, nor what he meant. But if y'all go back and read these lyrics and just pay attention to what he's actually saying, the words he's using, what he's describing is a struggle. He's describing a struggle. He's struggling with this craving. So let's real quick, and I'm going to do real quick.
Go ahead, bro. Floor is yours, bro.
Baby, I'm hot like an oven. I need some loving. And baby, I can't hold it much longer. It's starting to get stronger and stronger. Like you said, early 80s, right? We wasn't using electrical appliances then.
Right.
Your oven was gas.
Right.
Gas. So he's getting hotter and the craving is getting stronger. What happens when you light a match, when you let your oven fill the room with gas, it explodes. So he's trying to hold this in. This is all a struggle. And then going on to verse 2. Whenever blue tears drops are falling, my emotional stability is leaving. So he's struggling to hang on to his emotional capabilities. He's just trying to calm himself down.
Right.
And if he can't do anything, the one thing that he knows he can do is call his baby. And his healing is her. And her healing will set him free. That's why he said, the love you give me will free me. Right? He said, once I get a hold of you, you ever been just so like tense and everything, and then you finally get home, you get relaxed and everything, and you just get that breath like, I'm free. That's exactly what he's doing. That's what he needs by that sexual healing. And I'm gonna do this one just for you. When he says, baby, I got sick this morning.
Right.
He was storming inside of me. I think I'm captizing. Wave, arrived and arrived. You remember when he was like, I'm trying to hang on to my emotional stability? Do you think it happens to everything when a storm comes?
Shit's right.
He's about to fall off.
Right.
Because the how strong his need for this girl love is. It is sexual healing, but it's not just sex. And that's why that last chorus was saying that. It is sexual, but it's not about sex. Sex is one, if not the most intimate version of intimacy, right? If you want to show somebody, well, people do it just for convenience now, but if you want to show somebody how much you trust them, love them, appreciate them, and want them, sexual healing.
Hey,
that's what he's struggling with.
That was deep, dude. That was on
deep,
point.
Bro.
That's why they call him King. I'm
telling you, bro. Hey, and you know what's crazy, bro? I just looked at a part of this that I never heard. And I don't know, listen, I don't know if it's a mistake, but this got to be a part of it. At the bottom, it says, please don't procrastinate. It's not good to masturbate.
Yep.
Nice.
Never heard that in any song.
Yeah. And it's funny because just like you said before, the era that Marvin Gaye came from, that pristine, clean, like shiny look, lyrics and everything back then, man, that's a ways from when Motown was like on top,
right?
And had that sound that was everywhere. You couldn't get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But biology wise, and a woman never could have put this out there like that.
No.
Especially during that time. There's no way in the world a woman could have said sexual. She would have been seen as a prostitute.
But see, you know what? No. Hold up. Don't forget about Betty Wright. Don't forget about
and Betty Wright. Betty Wright was one of those women that stepped out on the scene like that. Marvin Gaye was clean. Him and Tammy Terrell, they were clean. Yeah, she stepped out on the scene that.
She came out like that. And don't forget about Millie Jackson.
Stepped out on the scene.
Millie Jackson was the nastiest female singer ever.
She was the WAP of the 60s.
She was the wow of that time. For real.
But I'm just saying, okay, just say that somebody even as huge for Motown as Diana Ross.
Oh yeah, nah.
No, that couldn't happen. No,
there's no way because she was seen as like a queen. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? A woman of prestige. She had, her iconic hair. Like people would have saw this as like, oh, that's prostitute, especially back in that day. A black woman at that. So Marvin Gaye was probably, and if you kind of know the life of Marvin Gaye, it makes perfect sense because he definitely led by a beat of his own drum. He did what Motown and Berry Gordy wanted him to do initially, but once this song came out, you kind of see a little decline. A little bit with it, within his personal life. So it's one of those things. It's like I never looked at it like King just put it. I never. Like it just was not like it was just like somebody, a couple of my friends walking around was made off of this song. That's all I thought.
That's a fact. And I think he left and I think he went to CBS Records when this song came out. I don't think he was even on Motown anymore.
Oh wow!
So I think this was the song that he was like, you know what? I need this song has to whatever we did in the past, we're gonna leave that in the past. This is gonna be something that's gonna separate from me from Motown.
From Motown, yeah.
Right. He needed that. But you know what part that everybody kind of I guess doesn't recognize about that part?
What's that?
In the beginning when he says, "Wake up, wake up, wake up." Listen,
tonight.
I'm a married man, so you know that tap that you. Hey, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that part, I didn't understand that till I got married. You know what I'm saying? Like that night, that middle of the night, you like, hey, she's asleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when this song is so visual, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's so visual that you can see, you can see if you close your eyes for her, you can actually picture what's going on with him.
I'm the only female on this podcast, and I'm dying to say.
I wish Jay was here, man. I'm dying to say this.
Go ahead,
and please. Okay, you just open the door. So if you're able to say that with me, I'm finna say what I want to say.
Go ahead.
When he said, "Baby, I got sick this morning. A sea was storming inside of me. Baby, I think I'm capsizing. The waves are rising and rising." I honest to God thought he was talking about blue balls.
Listen,
I ain't gonna lie. At first, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of feel like, yeah. That's what. That's
some help.
Nah, I understood what he was talking about.
But
talking
King
about-
put it so delicately, like,
Yeah.
whoa.
But you know, Marvin Gaye was such a pimp.
He
You know
was,
what I'm saying?
man.
He was
He
so
was.
smooth
I'm
with
like,
it
man.
that he could pretty
He
much.
was a nice looking guy. Like, he was tall and slim and, like, you know, had good hair.
Right.
He
He had that obedient
straight hair.
hair.
He wasn't
He had that
balding.
obedient hair. You know that he had
Obedient
that
hair.
fro. Yeah. Whenever he picked it, it went exactly where he needed to go. You know what I'm saying?
The wind blow around it. It don't,
Right.
it don't
Right.
blow.
That thing. Right. It didn't move it. That thing. It's gonna do whatever you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But man, that was fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. King, you
That
really
was dope.
set that apart.
That was
for real.
Yeah, man. So listen, King. So I want to we got you on the show first of all because you know that's our brother Trent, man. So whoever he say is dope, I'm like, yo, just bring him on. You know, this is my first time meeting you, so but not really because I saw your poetry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like poetry is the window to the soul. You kind of putting together thoughts that really exposes you to the world in a very clever way. So I know you say you've been writing since you were in middle school, but what I'm curious about is what sparked that interest. Like what was it that said, you know what? All right, I'm gonna put some pen to paper and I'm gonna write something just poetic. Like what was that? What was that thought?
You know, in middle school, especially after 6th grade, because I'm originally born in Laurel Hill, North Carolina, and I went to George Washington Carver's Middle School.
What city?
Laurel Hill, right by Laurinburg.
Oh, because I was saying my family's from Laurinburg.
Yeah, I was born in Laurinburg. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. Oh, we definitely got to talk now. We definitely got to talk because we gonna talk, bro. Go ahead.
Yes, I was going to Carver Middle School in 6th grade. Nothing crazy, but I was living in Rayford by this time, but we were still going to school in Scotland County.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get in trouble, but I got into an altercation with a teacher, just simply, you know, what type thing, and they wanted to call the parents, and I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to give them my Rayford number, and I did. And, you know, you can't go to a separate school district like that, so I got expelled.
Oh, okay.
And I got sent to Hope County School, and I was alone.
Mm.
I was so alone. I got picked on. I definitely got bullied hard. Like you'll be surprised what a 30-minute drive gap is for our society. Like just same school level, same ages, 30 minutes away is completely different, right? I didn't have Jay, I didn't have Forces. I wasn't rocking with FUBU, Boss. I liked them, but that's just not what we bought. You know what I'm saying? I was viewed as unattractive. I viewed as ugly. You know, this is around the time where if you brown skin, male or female, you don't, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was messing with the dark skinned dudes at that time. I didn't have like a lot of hair. I had the buzz cut, you know, just a regular thing. So I got bullied a lot. If I had a friend, it would be one friend. So I was, besides my actual family, I was pretty much alone. And writing just kind of helped me cope with that. You know, no one else will listen to me. My notepad will. You know, I can say things that I know I can't say out loud because I'm going to beat up for it. You know what I'm saying? I can express things that I know I'm not brave enough to say. And it was pretty much a coping and healing process, especially as I got older, because I would go back and read those things that I've written before, and I get to see how far along I came. And I think that's a lot of things that we don't take the time to do because we're so into looking for the next step. We're trying to get to the next step, and we forget, like, you know that not even 2 years from now, where you were, what you was doing, how your mindset was. So it really helped coping with being alone. It was definitely, it's a healing property for me. And you know, the thing is, you don't have to be a poet. Journalism is big for self-help, self-love. If you just take the day and just write out your day or just write out your feelings on paper or, you know, just write out what you think, write an idea down or whatnot, it's almost like talking to somebody. You finally get to get it out your system. And so that's what it was all about for me, is getting things out my system. And I just started performing this year.
Wow, dude. Wow, that's what I was about to ask you. I was just about to ask you, when did you start performing? But that's dope.
I posted my poetry on Facebook. I've been posting my poetry on Facebook since high school. But I never performed until I got here early this year. I was shook. I was scared, but I did it. You know, I'm looking at all these other people like, man, they can do it. And I made them there with paper. I read it straight off the paper. You know? And I got a standing ovation. First time I got a standing ovation. And I was just like, yo, I'm telling you, it's the what song was it? I forgot what song it was, but it was pretty much said that the strongest drug is love. And when I tell you that when I got that applause, when I got that love, I'm hooked. Now I'm hooked.
So quickly, because I want to ask you something else, but I want to share something with y'all real quickly. I mean, I don't know my co-hosts know this, but I too used to write poetry. I still do. I haven't written poetry in a long time.
I know you right. I know. I know that.
I know.
I got these verses and these hooks, knowing he could have been a rapper if he wanted to, but nah. He just reserved himself.
I was about to say, this better not be no dashiki poem.
Nah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going. I don't have it. I don't have any poetry. But I want to share something real quickly with you because it made me think about something.
What's up?
So one day, I remember this is down here. So I was living down here, and man, I'm just like, yo, what am I going to do with these poems? One day, I walked past this like little cafe. Matter of fact, what's the name of that train station? Lindbergh?
Yeah, Lindbergh.
In Midtown, like right there.
Is it Lindbergh? Like where you? So there was like we're building up these places down there. And it was this little cafe, and it said open mic. And I was riding the bus at the time, so I said, "Man, I'm gonna go." Now here's the thing: I didn't want to invite my family and my friends. I didn't want to do none of this. And I don't think nobody knows that I did this. I don't think I ever told my wife. I was dating at the time. I don't think I told my wife. I wanted to do this for myself to show that I can actually do it. So I got off the bus. I went in there. I sat down. All these poets and I wrote my name down on the paper. I got up there. I said the poem. I had the paper. I didn't have it. I didn't have it memorized. I had my piece of paper. I read it. And like King said, when that applause came, it felt so good knowing that somebody enjoyed it, not just the applause. When I went back and sat down, I sat down to this girl. She said, brother, that was great. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. And I was just, it felt good knowing that I inspired or I just entertained somebody. You know what I mean? Like just understanding that something that my hobby, something that I did all the time, it helps or I entertained somebody. So like King said, it felt good. It feels good. Like you said, love is a drug that you're right. And if you're not careful, you can definitely get OD off love. That's a fact. But I want to ask you this, and anybody, y'all jump in. Y'all got anything else? Y'all got something?
I think for me, the most peaceful thing for me is poetry. You know, it's that level of no judgment. You know yourself. You're writing down your thoughts. So, like you said, you perform. Is there anything that you have on the horizon, like books or anything that you're coming out with soon?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I finished my book, and it's in editing right now. So I have an editor because I do not study my own grammar. It's in editing right now. It's called Nude. And it's not seductive. It's nude just means it's the part of me that I want you to love the most, but also the part of me that I'm most afraid to show you. So that's what nude means. And it's just full of poems, short stories, and a little bit of my philosophies in there as well. So I put a couple.
I can't wait.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Can't wait to buy. I will buy the hard copy, bro. I promise you.
Yeah, so
I'm going to buy the hard copy.
Yeah,
I'm self-publishing, so as soon as the editor says it's good to go, I've actually got a photo shoot scheduled to take a picture for the cover, and then as soon as that's the wrap, Amazon, and then I'll also buy like a limited edition myself, and I'll be,
Yo, I need to say I need one autograph.
That's mine.
I need one autograph.
Listen,
I need one autograph for sure.
All three of us. We all, and we want to get one for Jay Sheree too. So
yeah, but we're
definitely
purchasing these. We're
purchasing them. Yeah. We'll pay you for them because we'll pay for that. That's dope.
I think people forget. I think really with military personnel, I think people just see you guys as these stoic people that's marching down a corridor,
right? And
don't realize that y'all are like individuals, and people see an army and they think that, these people are structured. They have been trained to be seen and not heard and blah, blah, blah. But like, just to see that you are so, advanced in your poetry and just the way that you are able to, I understand the point of poetry, but just to see that, just like when you were outlining this sexual healing song, for you to be able to change other people's perspective is a gift. It's like really a huge gift. So, I mean, got me wanting to put some rhyming words together. My poetry be hat in a hat. It be terrible. That's not my gift.
King,
we want some bars. So before he goes, we want a poem.
King, man, I gotta ask you, man, because I know before you said that when you was writing, you was something that you was able to like share with just you and your pad. What encouraged you to share it to other people?
So, man, to be honest, I really hope this doesn't mess up any future love interests out there. But there was a girl that I was like in love with, and this is back in like, y'all remember MySpace? Back in MySpace.
Tom.
Yeah. So I, we were friends on there and whatnot, and that was literally like the only way that I could tell her that I liked her. I didn't put the name in. I just posted it, and I got positive feedback. And to this day, I don't think she ever knew that I was writing about her. I don't even know what she's doing right now. But yeah, that was it, man. It was just like I needed.
Look, what's her name? Let me look this up. I can find her. It's nothing. You hear me?
Look at Tay stirring up stuff.
She's still in the same city, so if I really wanted to know, I can find out easily.
Right.
But for me, her part is no longer the important part of that journey. It was the fact that it was something that I needed to do for me, and that's what I did. I may have had an inspiration to do it. Yes, good. We all should. But it was the fact that was my way of expressing myself, and I never did that. I never expressed myself. Somebody told me that I had one of my guidance counselors in high school said that I had an anger issue, right? And I was like, what's the anger issue? I'm never mad. That was the issue. I never voiced myself. Never express myself. I literally just sit here and just go. So, and this was my way of expressing myself. And
we got a lot in common then. We got a lot of comment on that part.
Because now you like, I got something to say.
Right.
You got what he said.
You see how funny that is though? As you get older, you start to get that not courage. It's more like, I don't give a. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's that, and it's also that you get to a point of, again, going back to that capsizing, you get to a point where it's like, hold on, I'm tired. I'm not doing this no more. And I literally just had this conversation with my mom. So this is kind of like confirmation for me not to put myself in a story or whatever. But I just had this conversation. Like when I was a kid, I felt the same way. Like, I had friends, but I was bullied, made fun of. And it just got to a point when I was in high school and I just started fighting back. Not like, fighting. I've never been in a fight in my life. I probably shouldn't have said that on this podcast. Edit that part out. But anyway, but I've always been really good at roasting. I've always been a funny person in the room, so it was just like you said, just turning those things to your benefit is crazy. Like you just get tired. And I'm done now. Like, we ain't doing that no more. So everybody needs the outlet. I don't know what mine is yet. I think this is it.
This is going to be
the podcast is it.
Because you know what's crazy? So I want to talk about the title of the book, Nude, because what I always say about like nude, not like you said, not in a sexual way, but I always say the realest moment in everyday life is when you are alone and naked. When you are alone and you about to get in that shower and you look yourself in the mirror. That is one of the realest moments of your life because you're exposed, you are by yourself, and your thoughts are not thoughts of trying to impress somebody or trying to be someone else. You trying to be you at this very moment. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nobody else around but you. And you can see all your scars, all your embarrassments, you know what I'm saying? Or everything the stuff that you, like the clothes was the cover up for trying to impress somebody out there. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got up that morning, you threw on your best clothes, you threw on everything. But when you took those clothes off for the day, here I am. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything that I was trying to cover up. This is it. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that title it speaks volumes to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great title, man.
Deep, man. That's really deep. I like that.
How long did it take for you to make this book?
To be honest, not very long. Longer than what it should have been. So I was supposed to start in June, and I started in April. The reason why I didn't take like a year, the reason why I didn't take like a year or over a year is because I pretty much just started taking the poems that already written.
Right.
And, them up, make sure they were still relevant, make sure I didn't have to do any editing or update it. And I was like, bet, yes. And I actually put those, except for some of my short stories, I actually put the poetry in order of when I written them.
They got dates on them? They got dates on them?
Nope. It's in the book.
Okay.
That I typed, then I have a timestamp. So
okay.
But so yeah, that's what I did. I just put them in order of what I typed them. And I did that because it coincide with the book. You're going to see how I progress. You're going to see me mature. You're going to see me grow just by reading this book. Again, this is the part of me that I want you to love the most. So this is me. I'm glad that you explained how you felt about that title, because that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just gathered everything old and new. And the reason why I took me so long to finish the book is because I kept adding stuff to the book to the point where the few people that knew that I was writing the book, they kept asking. I'm like, I don't know, I got an idea for the poem, I want to put it in. They was like, stop, come out with this book. If you want to write another one, write another one.
Right.
Like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm eager to see what you do with the page, like the title, the outside of the book.
Listen, it better not be D'Angelo.
I was like, okay, go ahead with a little leaf right there.
Listen,
Something.
If it's untitled, you listen, when you send me mine, make sure it's just a black cover. I'm just saying. Make sure it's
Send
a black
mine
cover.
regular, honey. Send mine regular.
Send Tage regular. I want a black cover.
Send mine regular. Send mine just like everybody else.
Just write your name on it.
The cover itself is also a progression as well. That was the stage of the cover itself. So my original idea for the cover was going to be as close to my shade of brown, that color, and then just in gold letters the word nude, and that was supposed to symbolize me, the brown, and then the gold was supposed to symbolize, that symbolized royalty and God.
Knew it. Well, we on the same page, bro.
But as I continuously worked on the book, and as I started performing, and I became more open to myself, again, this book is a process, I got more confident in who I am, which was crazy because that was the whole point of the book anyway, is to show you that I progressed into a state of me being comfortable with who I am. So I never really liked my body that much, no matter what I did. I mean, bro, I used to be in the gym 2-a-days and all that stuff. I was never comfortable with my body. And so what I did was, I'm like, nah, squash that. So the cover is just going to be my back, my upper back. And I have a photographer and an artist that's going to put body paint that's going to write nude across my back. And that's all.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
I'm good with that. All right.
Are you okay with that, Clint? Can he send you his back?
I'm good with that. But I'm telling you, that D'Angelo video made me so uncomfortable.
Can the man send you his back? Will you check his back, please?
Yeah. Like I'm telling y'all, that D'Angelo video made me so uncomfortable, especially when they got down to I'm good.
Yeah, man. I'm like, what in the world?
Like I was like this the whole time.
Please stop.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Look, they was like this. They was like this.
Yeah, trying to don't let it be a cell phone back then. Hey.
Back then, you couldn't scroll up. You couldn't scroll up back then. No.
Like I have accepted this. When I get to be an old woman, I'm definitely gonna be a frisky little old lady.
I knew that I was gonna be like that back in the 5th grade. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be a nasty old man. I'm just saying.
Accept your calling. I just feel that's more productive.
It is what it is. But
what's up.
So I wanted to talk about relationships, right? This is Tate's favorite subject right here. I know she.
Argumentative.
Right. So all right. So listen. First of all, King, what's the name of your first love, man? Who? And don't say poetry either. I want to know the name. Who was your first love? What was her name?
Okay.
You can give me a first name. Me, I give me a last name. You can give me a first name.
Okay. You can have one or the other. You can have the name or you can have the story. Which one you want?
Of course we want the story, but I need her name so I can look her up on Facebook.
I think you name her the story.
Okay, Tay, we'll let Tay decide what we're gonna get.
Of course we want the tea.
You want the story? Well, listen, just to let you know, back. What year is this?
Oh shoot!
2020.
I was 8th grade. Yeah, I know 8th grade. What's 8th grade? Ah man.
Like 13.
Yeah, 13, 14. Yeah, about 14. About 14.
But what year is that? So what year? What's this? what, 90?
What year did you graduate?
06.
Okay. So we're talking about maybe
2001-ish.
2001. So what we talking about? You know, a lot of quiches. I'm thinking about what name was good back then. You know, quiche is always a good, like all quiches look good.
It was simple but unique. Matter of fact, Daisy, because it's very close to the name. So Daisy.
Listen, Daisy. Now I'm stumped on
Daisy.
Daisy.
About an old lady, like
I don't know too many Daisies. But no, hold up. But Daisy is an old lady name, but she's still, you know what I'm saying? I can you know, she still know how to dress. You know what I'm saying? She
Man, I want the story. What's the story, dude?
Okay.
Give me the story. Give me the story.
We on the name.
A very long story, very, very shortly, is me and him were very similar. We were both born in June. We're both the same age. We were both the same height. Our parents were close, so we were close. We went to church together, but different schools. And so she was like childhood friend thing, but she wasn't a friend to me. I mean, I wanted this little girl so bad. Like I just wanted to just be able to call her mine, and you know the cute kid stuff when we don't understand really know what actions is. I just wanted to hold her hand, just wanted to hug her, do the little shy kiss thing that for some reason parents are okay with. I don't understand. Just that stuff, and it went on for years. It went on for years, and no matter what I did, it was always like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and that was it. But no, she's not anything negative. I'm looking at Tay when I'm saying this because I know she's about to say something.
Look, when you said that was it, I was like, ooh, friend zone. But okay, go ahead.
Only first, she ended up dating two of my best friends. And
no.
One of my best friends' cousins, and they had a crush on my little cousin and another one of my friends.
I'm sorry, bro.
Me. Here's the kicker, and because I skipped a whole lot of stuff because it's short. But here's the kicker: when we grew up and was grown and everything, now she's married, she got kids, and you know we're all just mature and everything. But it's kind of like that guilty pleasure stuff. Like, hey, so to me, it's like, no, never mind. You are legit just a friend now, and we talk about whatever. And she was the same way. And she actually came out, she said, you know, when I tell you this, please don't hate me. Baby, I don't heard everything. I don't heard I'm ugly. I don't heard I'm stupid. I don't heard all the negative stuff. I'm good now, baby. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me nothing, right? She said, I always wanted to be with you.
Girl,
man, nah.
And she said, I always wanted to be with you, but I knew that no one wanted me to be with you. I knew that that's not who they wanted to see me with. They said that, you know, that I could do better and no, that's not a good fit. And I was like, you know, me being the recipient of that message, so I was too ugly. Is that what you're saying? Because everybody that you dated act just like me.
And you could have left that little tea in the pot, baby. I ain't asked you none of that. Was it before or after you dated my sister, baby cousin Tracy? Was it before or after both of my best friends? Listen, what's her name? We finna spam her, honey. We finna spam her.
That's cold, man.
And it's all love. You know, we done squashed the beef and everything, and she's an amazing woman, amazing mother, amazing wife. You know, I never put anything negative on her. But that is who sparked the poetry, and that is who sparked, honestly, a lot of insecurities, and then that's who also sparked the progression in the beginning. So, you know, it's all love. I don't ever really hold nothing like that. Anyway.
Definitely a blessing in disguise, like for sure. What, you know, I believe what God meant for bad, it just catapults into something good.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, definitely.
You know what though? I remember that feeling though. Well, mine was more like summer school. Not summer school, I meant to say like summer camp. Every summer it would be this one girl, you know what I'm saying? And you like, man, like you get that feeling like, bruh, I be up early in the morning, laying my clothes out, make sure I ain't got no wrinkles, you know what I'm saying? Looking in the mirror, you know, you get everything fresh. The night before, make sure my sneakers were clean, because we running around. So I used to put the toothbrush in my sneakers, clean them up, you know what I'm saying, and be ready. And I used to like go to school. One of my friends used to, you know, his mom used to drop us to the summer to the camp. So I used to do all this stuff to say nothing and just to look at her. And she ain't paying me no mind, but it was just that feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like you just had when, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I guess after a while, you don't get that feeling as you get older, but I remember that being a kid. That's why I asked you about your first love, because that first love, man, you don't forget that. I got stories.
My story is much sadder than that.
Oh.
This is probably what shaped me to being like a sarcastic jerk, like to laugh it off. Listen, I got definitely, this is gonna happen. Like you said, it's all about perspective, because this changed me. This changed me from being aggressive. Like, this changed me from wanting to approach a man. I remember the day. It was October. I don't remember the exact day, but it was October. I was in the 7th grade. Okay.
I'm sorry,
you are so dramatic.
Crazy.
Come on.
I love it. So I was in love with this boy. When I tell you in love with him, like diary in love with him. Like, we used to have these things called slap books, and we would write what we think about a certain person, and I will only write about him. Oh my God. I want to mention his name so bad so he can know that I have not forgotten. But anyway. So it was 8th grade. I had finally got up the nerve. My friends had coerced me to get up the nerve. I had these thick eyebrows. They were like, seriously, my mom should be ashamed thick. That's how thick they were. And I wasn't a very attractive child. I had long hair. That's pretty much all I had going for me, was that I had long hair. We didn't have the clothes. I didn't have, the fights and stuff until I got, at least in high school, got my own job. So I got up the nerve and I was like, can I talk to you for a second? Had him in the hallway, right? So I just thought he was the nicest guy. So I was like, I would really like it. And he just came out and said it. I would really like if you would be my boyfriend.
Wow.
And he said no. And he said no. Like, like that.
It's like a pathetic no. I'm like, no. That's,
and I said, and my dumb ASS said, why not? I should have just left it at that.
Nah, you gotta know.
I wouldn't have been traumatized up until 11th grade. I would have been fine. This man said, I think you're pretty, just not to me.
Ooh. Oh, that's a low one. That's low.
So if you're watching this,
about it, though.
I hope you remember this, because when I tell you, I felt my scalp in my stomach. Like, I felt like I had been kicked in the freaking, I don't know what it feels like to get kicked down there, but that's how I felt. Like I have been kicked in the growing. Okay.
But you needed that though. I needed that. I needed that now that I look back. But then I wanted to homeschool. I didn't want to. Oh, you didn't want to be in school no more, right?
I didn't want to see him no more, because my friends was like, "Girl, what happened?" No, and he just said he didn't want to. He just said he's dating somebody. He already got him. Like that embarrassment. And then once everybody else found out, it was like, so I do not approach people for that reason right there. I literally was one of those people that was like, I'm going to show him. So I started to take care of my, okay, you got long hair, put that stuff in the bun, make yourself more attractive. And here's the kicker, King. I seen you with your teacup. Get your teacup, get it up. Here's the kicker. He DMs me about 2 or 3 months ago.
What?
And was like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
What? Wow.
What?
And I went, I know. Baby. And I was on my laptop.
Yeah.
Going in.
Oh, man. Revenge is sweet, baby.
Ain't no sweet revenge up in here. Oh, let me tell you something. How you ruined my whole 7th and 8th grade year. Do you recall saying?
Wow.
But that just made me feel so good. And the whole time I'm like smiling, because I knew, you got too many kids at this point. You on baby number 3. You clearly, squandered your future. You know what I'm saying? Like, God was looking out for me. He was not looking out for you. Then you gonna come back and talk about some, you looking good. Baby, I know that. What is it that you want? Why are you in my DM? What is going on?
Tell you, as long as you know that, because you do look good. As long as you know
Thank you.
Hey, listen, Jerome, what's his name? Jerome?
No, do not prompt me to say his name, because I will definitely say.
We're gonna just call him
Tyrone. No, Tyrone.
He has a very simple name.
Listen, Tyrone, you lost out, buddy. You lost out, buddy.
You messed up, AA Ron.
Right. Lost out.
Man, I can't watch that to this day, dude. Just every single time I will laugh. It's stupid.
All right,
they retarded with that one.
Sharon, what you
Sure, we
got?
gotta hear it, baby.
I've had crushes, but my true love was my wife, man. That was my wife. She was my first everything. She was everything.
So tell me. All right, so tell me when y'all first met.
Me and my wife, we first met in 5th grade. And so I was always like, she was always hilarious to me. But
She's funny. She is funny.
Yeah, she was funny, but so I always laughed at her. But some of the things that she later told me, like, when I was laughing at her, she thought I was laughing at her, not along, like, just taking it and just her being her. But she was hilarious. But it was one day that her and my friend at the time, we was in 5th grade, and they were going back and forth with each other, talking, like saying all kinds of Jones to one another, back and forth. I was up there dying, and what made me stop and realize that she was serious was when she started crying. I'm like, started feeling sad about that. But yeah. But she was always hilarious, man. Even back then to 5th grade, even all the way up to when we were married, I always laughed at that woman.
That good,
all the time.
Funny.
All the time. She could be serious, and it would be just funny. Like,
now, did y'all date from then?
No, we didn't date till after high school. That's when we first dated. Because like when we were in 5th grade, I remained like, I don't care. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys know, I was a geek. Or whatever, all the way up
weren't.
There. No, whatever. She was kind of one too. But what changed is when we got to high school, I stayed a geek. This woman became the class president, the homecoming queen, the everything. She became the popular girl in school. And so I never even dreamed that she would have even liked me. But I found out that one of my other friends in high school, because they used to ride the train to Georgia State together. And they were talking, and she said she had a crush on me. She liked me. I was like, what? So when he got off the train, he told me that. I'm like, what? So I turned around and called her up. And so we started dating. Since then, we dated for 5 years. And then we got married.
Yeah, man.
And we were married
such a love story.
Man, Monique was.
It's like, yeah, we met 5th grade, and that was it.
Right.
Man, my elementary school sweetheart, you know what?
Like, what?
Man, Monique, I'm telling you, man, Monique was so funny, man. Like she, like Trump said, like it'll be just normal stuff she would say.
That's how she said it, man.
And I'd be cracking. Yeah, I remember once. I don't know. I can't remember what she said though. It's a blur. But we were in her kitchen. Me and you, we had went to her house, and we were in her kitchen sitting there. And when it was her voice. Her voice was so like it was kind of high almost.
Yeah.
Like and
low
the way
and high,
she said
low,
it.
high, worse. Yeah.
And then she had a way of like saying something that was like a punch almost. You know what I mean? Like the way she said it. And it'd be, man, I'm telling you. It was so funny. R.I.P. to Monique. I missed out. Yeah, she was so funny, man.
I have a question because you're one that, like, I have a sibling who lost their wife very early on, very young age. What is the pressure of dating again? Like, do you feel
right now, to be honest with you, I don't feel the urge or like the desire to get out there and date right now. And it's something that has been weighing on my heart. And talking to God about that, I feel right now at this point, like I'm not even gonna rush it. It's like if it comes, it comes. If not, oh well. What gives me peace is the fact that I had the joy of knowing somebody like that, and I was able to find the love of my life in that. So I mean, a lot of people are not blessed with being able to find a partner like that, and just having the history of something like that. So, I mean, it was a blessing to be able to be married and to find somebody like that. She was truly one of a kind.
That's amazing. It makes me like really, I want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, ain't no rush. Cause listen, these girls ain't a lot of these girls ain't about nothing anyway, so it don't matter.
Oh no! And then you have your daughter and honey.
Yeah,
listen.
And my daughter, she is definitely a handful, one of a kind. So I ain't trying to rush anytime soon. She take a lot of my attention, and she gonna make sure she take a lot of that attention.
She got some of them traits that Monique had. She got some of them traits that Monique had. Like I'm telling you, she going as she get older, she gonna be just like her on that level. Like I said, she had just a way of like saying stuff. That just was funny, man. But
I think that's so deep though. Like it's a lot of parents that just do not factor in, okay, you want love, but you also have to have somebody, she's gonna have a relationship as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think people kind of miss out on that point, you know. So I definitely commend you. Definitely ain't nothing out here like that, you know. I mean, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, you know.
I'm just telling you.
But you don't choose who you love, man. They you know, it just happens, man. That's why I say don't rush it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, me. So and I'm gonna segue. I'm gonna segue to another question. We ain't gonna hold you too long, King. I know you out there. So
I'm good. I don't got to work tomorrow.
all right.
Okay.
So
I am done.
So
I'm gonna get me a cup, put my water in it while we play.
So listen, so we talk about childhood relationships, you know what I'm saying? Cause I think that childhood relationship sets you up for, you know, what's going to, you know, for the future. It's practice almost, you know what I'm saying? It's like Kenneth said, like Kenneth didn't necessarily, he didn't date her until he got until after he graduated, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't prepared enough to date her in the 5th grade. So he had to go through crushes and learn stuff. Now we in college, right? I ain't gonna dig too much into high school. We're gonna go into college, right? So in college, is it anybody like how did you handle relationships then? Like what's the college king looking like? Or not even if you didn't go to college, what's that era of after high school looking like for you as far as relationships?
So it was I didn't go to college. That's my junior year I signed up to go to the Air Force. I was in the late entry program for 3 years after I graduated.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they called it a senior depper. I was the longest person waiting for the PVP program for the city of Fayetteville. But yeah, so after high school, I just worked. And it was hard to actually meet women because, one, I was still insecure. You know, you got to remember, was bullied, did not get any girls. And one girl I really wanted didn't get her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole factors into how my social life has brought me up. So I was shy, still a little shy, but it's a good shy now. But I was shy, I was insecure. I did not think I was attractive at all. Definitely didn't think I was smart at all. I wasn't in college. You know, I had mediocre jobs, and so it was hard for me to approach women, especially when you try it and it doesn't go well. Then you're like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know. Not only that, but I love, but I always liked black women. Love black women. I'm one of the ones that never strayed away from, you know, I just never really strayed away from it. Just love black women. And at the time after high school was when I really started to pay attention to how we're talked about as men, right? Especially black men. And it was very disheartening to hear all the negativity within just the female era of how they think we are, and more importantly, how they think we treat them. That was the biggest thing. That was the gut punch. It's like, man, you really think we're that monstrous? Well, I mean, if you wasn't, I wouldn't have to say it. And so for me, it made me feel like, well, I'm not worthy to approach any of these women. And so it was actually pretty hard for me to date. To be honest, the majority of the women that I end up dating were either introduced to me from another friend, which is like, okay, yeah, but then you have to deal with the fact that, God, if we get married, then this friend's going to take credit for our relationship for the rest of our lives. Or
I got one like that.
It'd be women that I've always liked before, that I knew from a while ago, and I always liked before. They didn't like me then, but then they go through marriage, divorce, hardship, and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, I want a nice guy. Which you would think it'd be like, yay, I finally get the girl, but it doesn't, because all that makes me think is I wasn't good enough for you then. The only reason why I'm good enough for you now is because you don't think you're good enough. So to be honest, the college era, the early to mid 20s, it wasn't very enjoying, but it was needed. It was a bunch of life lessons. It definitely made me have an even deeper appreciation. I didn't think there was such thing, because I got a mother and 3 sisters that I was just surrounded by. And I'm the baby, by the way. I'm the youngest. So, yeah. It made me have an even deeper appreciation and love for my women. And so I'm really thankful for that, because if you're not able to sit in the room and hear about what the issue is in our community, then you're not man enough to go out there and fix that issue. So I'm actually very thankful that I was exposed to that type of thing. I'm thankful that I was quiet, that I was still a little shy, that I was still a little timid, because it gave me time to do the observing. And now I can stack myself up in a way where I'm not a burden, I'm not a dependent, I'm not a hurdle. I'm what you need, and you're what I need. if you can't love yourself, then you definitely can't expect somebody to love you. So
Right.
my college era wasn't really, I wasn't pimping then. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't. I didn't have a lot of. What I was in was few long-term relationships.
But
That's what I was in.
I want to piggyback on with a couple of things you were just saying. I want to bring Tay in this real quickly. I want to talk about good guys versus bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to talk about this?
No. I want to bring you in this real quickly because there is a thing where you got, it was very, because I ain't gonna get into what me, because I had a little bit going on with me, but it was once upon a time. It was a time where, like I was a good guy. I wanted to be with, a girl, and I always noticed though, all the thugs always get love, man. All the guys who
That's true.
You know what I'm saying, who trying to be nice and courteous, and we pulling out chairs and we writing poetry. They ain't trying to get hurt, but the gangsters, and it be the ugly ones too.
It be the ugly ones. I just be like,
you know what I'm saying? It be the ugly ones too. Tay, my question to you is why?
because I think status has always been okay. Let's just look around the world, right? You have these men of power. You think these women marrying Donald Trump because he's handsome? You think
Donald Trump?
Right.
Yeah, probably a forced marriage.
Well, regardless, he's had 3 wives. It's not because he.
I don't know anything about this guy, so I'm sorry.
Well, let's talk about somebody we like.
I don't know anything about him. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying he's been married 3 times. I know that. The reason why I know these things is because anyway, he's been married 3 times. He's not a catch, attractively. He's not somebody that you be like, oh, girl, look at him. I mean, he's not that. So a lot of people, regardless of what you look like, it's the status, it's the money. Like now, everybody's talking about Birkin bags. If he don't buy you a Birkin bag, then he trash. Like this is the thing that we're instilling. You say everybody loves thugs. I always have love like the eyeball that probably nobody else likes.
That was the same thing my wife did. She like, I guess, the eyeball type. Like me, I'm an eyeball. So she was attracted to that.
This is no secret.
Whatever, Clint, you got issues, man. You just be hating. You got issues.
I
always be hating.
I always chose the one that people like. But the thing about me, and I guess I'm just coming to grips with this. I've had a lot of guys like, you're too outspoken. During my 20s, I learned a lot about myself, but I also learned what most of the guys, like my male friends, I was always the homegirl. I was always like the sister, oh, it's my cousin, whatever, in my 20s. Because I was outspoken, I was aggressive. Not aggressive like, I'll punch you in the face, but aggressive like, during those times.
Like you approached the guy. That's aggressive and it's very and it's very commendable because I always wonder why girls didn't approach guys.
And the first time I did, I got shot down like a dog in the street.
It don't matter. You tried though.
You tried, so yeah.
But it's always like that. And I asked one of my friends, who is still a good friend of mine, completely platonic relationship. Super good friend. I was like, when we was going to school, like everybody, I was always the homegirl. Like I was always cool enough. Oh, we can go to skating rink. I always got invited to the birthday parties, to the sleepovers. I always got invited to the skate, to go out on Friday nights with the teens, and always was invited to all the parties. But the guys never talked to me. Like I felt like a freaking duck. Like what is wrong?
So none of them gangsters talk to you. None of them thugs.
Oh, I don't like no thug. My mama has raised me.
Hey, you know how you doing. Hey, what up, shouty?
Listen, after Boys in the Hood, I ain't taking no thugs. If you got switches on your car, no. Like that's not what I was attracted to. I was the type of person like, okay, 10 years from now, I'm a futuristic person. I think about 10 years from now. I think about, you out here doing all kind of stuff. Maybe you doing an unprotected, you have a baby, 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I know a lot of my friends, he gotta have gold teeth. Got to. Period. He gotta still be trying to pursue a rap career at 90. Got to.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying anything is go after your dreams. But also, a lot of women would not be in a situation that we are in had we thought about where is this person going to be working in 10 years? Is this person, are we going to be able to buy a house together?
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? What's his credit looking like? Is he smart with money? Little stuff like that. So for me, I asked Brandon, I said, well, it was one particular guy I liked a lot a lot. And I was like, why doesn't he like? He's like, because you're too aggressive. You're
You
too
just know what you
loud.
want. You just know what you want. You just know what you want.
Yeah, but like the guys that I wanted were not like that. It was just very, you're too loud.
So
You're too, you know, you just all over the place. Like you just do a lot.
but
And and back then it was not like it is now. Like women were not outspoken. Like Missy Elliott is my favorite female rapper.
I know
but
why.
Even Missy Elliott is not the WAP at all. Like now it's like that seems to be what guys want to hear. They want you to be bashing other women, they baby mamas on Facebook and Instagram. Like it's like, oh, now y'all want it. Now that I done calmed down. Now you know what I'm saying. I'm tamed myself.
Most men want, you know, they want submissive women. Me personally, I'm not with that. If I scream at you and you don't say nothing back or something like that, if I just, you know, just yelled at you, okay, we ain't gonna work out. I need somebody gonna get a what who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? I need that.
Like, wow.
But you know what? You two are saying to mother, like there's a similar story there in terms of like insecurities. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about dealing with that and dating at the same time. Because a lot of times when people are approaching to be with somebody, they don't really look within versus they look obviously you gotta, you know, to them, you gotta look good on the outside. You know what I'm saying? That's just a lot of times how it is. But for me, I know me personally, I had to have like a balance because I've seen a lot of ugly, pretty women.
Oh, yes.
A lot of ugly, pretty women. I done seen them do a lot of ugly things. You know what I'm saying? So the insecurity part, and you know, it's like people have to learn to look within more than outside. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if you're trying to have kids with a person and you think that one day, because a lot of times people will take that nasty stank attitude just because they look good on the outside, they good arm candy.
But you struggling at home, you miserable.
But she dirty. She don't. But you and your kids ain't got no home. While you at work, you know what I'm saying? She ain't cooking. Your house filthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all women have to cook, but if that's the situation, you at home, you come home, and you know it's just.
Well, we talked about this. She don't cook. She don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring.
Hey, right.
Sis told you off the rip. That's the thing. But she's famous. She can hire somebody. Sis told you off the rip. Women will tell you off the rip. I don't do it. Like I used to always feel like men think it's cute.
Yeah,
that women are like,
I
don't cook. I ain't messing up my nails. I don't cook.
Right.
Like I never understood that. What do you eat?
Oh, hold on, Chairman. I want to say this too before you say that. Do you ever be on Instagram and that pretty girl take that picture?
That nasty
her, and that house is filthy.
Look at the mirror.
And you look at the mirror. Oh my God.
That tells you all you need to know. Look at that mirror.
She said, look at the mirror.
I mean, toothpaste stains from you was brushing your teeth on there.
Wow.
If you don't take the time to clean your mirror, you have a lot of explaining to do.
All type of soap film on. Come on.
You know what the sad thing is, though, is that little kids are looking up to these things being things that they want to be in a tribute to. Like my cousin, it was funny, but it's sad. She posted on Facebook yesterday. Her daughter was listening on the homeschooling thing, and the teacher is asking the class give 5 adjectives of how you want to describe yourself. And one little girl said she's a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, nasty. I'm serious, dude.
Yo, you got kidding
I'm
me,
serious.
Like this is really what, and I'm so sick. Like,
wow,
man.
Hey, King,
Wow.
But I bet you better pass every one of them doggone spelling tests.
Right.
I bet you better know them sight words.
Yo,
that's not too far fetched. We didn't have the technology that they do now. We didn't have the access that they do now. But what we have, like we just gave an example today. At that age, even earlier than that age, we were singing sexual healing.
right, and knocking the boots.
Right.
You right?
Boy, you better stop.
Yeah, right here. We can play something.
I mean, it was like that though. Boyz II Men, one of my favorite songs, I'll Make Love to You when you want me to. I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make love to you when you want me to. And I will not let go till you tell me to.
Yep.
Ooh, girl. Yeah. We was on it, you know. So you're right. But
so me, when I draw the line, or when I started getting uncomfortable, is we did that stuff. We knew we didn't know what we were singing, but we knew we were singing something.
Right.
But we also knew that the things that we were listening to, that we were reciting, that we wanted to say or did say, where did we say them at? School.
yeah, like around our friends.
So the issue now is the reason why we're seeing this era of what you were saying. I don't cook, I don't clean, but ask me how I got this ring. It's looked up upon because we're letting our kids listen to that in front of us, and we think it's cute when they recite it, when they do the dance and stuff.
Right.
What we realize is the things that our kids are reciting, the things that we recited when we was little, were made by men and women of our ages currently, but it's advertised to them. Mm-hmm. We're settled. We're done. We're cool. We're calm. We're stationary. We tired. Book club? We can go to a book club. We ain't about to go down.
Okay.
I'm ready for bed. But you know who is up all night partying? These daggone teenagers and tweens. You know what I'm saying? So what it is we don't have that barrier of, even though I know you're listening to WAP, even though I know you know what WAP means, at least just the acronyms at least, I know dang well you better not be woman enough to say that crap in front of me, but that we're not getting that. They're letting them. They think it's cute. When they get to somebody else, another parent who don't think it's cute, they don't want to act bad, like, oh, well, you hush. And now they're looking at you like you're crazy because 2 minutes ago we were saying this in the car together.
And like, you know, I think one of my biggest pet peeves is parents that see a child cuss and they laugh about it. You know, I think that is child abuse. I hate it.
Yeah, it is. You know, it is. My daughter knows. She know.
I could say but to my parents without getting uppercut like I'm in Mortal
Kombat. Or why? Or ask questions like why? Why not? Girl, you want two front or them two back? Which ones you want to keep?
I will say this. Like with my daughter, she like me and my wife, we did raise her up to ask why. She asked why, and I give her an explanation, but she know about other things that she know about other things to where like she knows what a curse word is, but she know not to say it. Mm-hmm. She know that. Man. She know the difference. She know what she can and what she can watch and what she can't watch. She knows that.
That's why I watch what I say around Carrington, because you know she picks up really, really quickly. She's gonna ask me, Daddy, what is you know
all the time. All the time.
Here's the thing: I can't fall off from asking me that. If I said it in front of her, how can I blame like a inquisitive child? Like she wants to know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you gotta watch what you say in front of your kids, man, because
you do.
If you don't,
they're gonna say it at the wrong time. They're gonna say it at the dentist office when it's super quiet and ain't nobody else in there but you, them, and everybody that work there. They're gonna say it somewhere weird.
Right. Don't if you racist, you don't want your kids to blurt this out. Don't say racist things in front of your kids.
Exactly. They're gonna watch what you do.
Yeah, because everybody gonna know your family racist now. Because they're gonna be like, well, shoot, they had to get that from somewhere. Oh, nah, I don't know where she got it from. She got it from you.
That's fact.
Right.
That's fact. So, and it ain't just necessarily being racist. Any type of mannerism, like if you're used to clowning, right? I remember when Sierra's still alive, me, her, and Cam, because Sierra was a clown, right? So she loved clowning people. She loved roasting people too, and Cam gets that from her. But it's like, hey, this is our clown time. Hey, you don't say this in public. Hey, if somebody trips and fall, your first reaction probably shouldn't have laughed. Maybe after you know they're okay or something like that, but or somebody has a goofy laugh and you're in the middle of a restaurant, you don't mock that laugh out loud while you're still there in the restaurant.
Yeah.
You have to
time and place for everything.
Yes, and that comes with age. But the thing that I think that parents, and especially of any age, stop looking to rappers and all these people to be your child's role model. The first thing when Cardi B came out, oh my God, the kids. They're your kids.
Right.
You know, you literally control what they consume. You control what they, listen to, hear, eat, drink, sleep. You control everything about your child. You provide the pathway for them to listen to it. I just don't understand. Oh, Cardi B. Oh, yeah, turn the radio off. You know what I'm saying? Listen, everything around here got parental controls on it. Everything.
That's a fact. Let me tell you, yesterday, so my daughter, man, God bless her soul.
Not her soul. Is she all right?
Right? Is she all right?
Is she alive?
My baby ain't got too much. She's getting there. Her rhythm, it's getting there. You know what I'm saying? She's trying. So yesterday, me and my wife, because my wife is down. She got, she had I forget what the surgery is called, but she had a surgery to where she's gonna be down for a few weeks, right? So we upstairs, together having some family time, watching TV, and there were some videos. So my wife turned them on there, and my daughter loved to dance, so we just let her dance, right? Now me, I'm watching like the way she's dancing, and I'm watching what she's dancing to. So as the videos are going, the videos are just I'm just looking at them. I'm just kind of listening to the lyrics as well, what's going on in the video, and they going left. They going left. I said, and so here's my conflict right now at this moment when they going left. My daughter's enjoying herself. She's a, young lady, young 4-year-old girl, don't really know what's going on. And then at the same time, like Clint is going left. We don't know what the next video going to look like. You ain't going to know what the next video going to be dressed, how they going to be dressed, how they going to be acting. So I said, calmly, I told my wife, I said, hey, what other videos are on TV? Because this is going left. So
are you sure you're not overreacting? Because I know Tay would not just be.
No. I'm not. The videos were fine. I was just worried about what was going to happen because the dance moves were getting a little, and I could have been overreacting, but that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, it's like shooting at a target. Sometimes you're going to miss. Sometimes you ain't going to miss. Sometimes my overreacting may not be, it might be over the top. Sometimes it may be, but that's just my job to watch out what's ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just turned to Nick Jr. Actually, no, it was, y'all remember Fresh Beat Band?
Yep, I remember Fresh Beat Band.
I don't like them. I'm just the worst person. Never mind. Go ahead.
That was on. That was on. So she was dancing to that. But the point of me saying that is that sometimes, I'm the parental control because I don't even trust these parental controls. The ones on the internet.
Right. You know but you're right about that because it was like I was actually just curious. And so I Googled censorship in the 90s. And the censorship in the 90s was like you couldn't cuss. The D word was like straddling the fence. It was like content. Like what I need context for what you say. Like literally, boobs were not to be like you literally can turn your TV on right now and maybe hear the S word.
Right.
You definitely gonna hear the D word.
Right.
And then not to mention all these slave
movies.
And guess what though? From what I remember, there was a mandate by the government. The government told TV that you had to have a certain amount of just say no campaigns. Remember, even like back in the day with Saved by the Bell when they had the Jesse was taking those.
Yeah, Jesse Spano was taking them caffeine.
Yeah.
That was the episode.
That's a classic episode.
I'm so excited.
Right. That's it. That's the part. That's it.
And see that was the thing though. Like you had to have that type of show on TV to kind of guide the kids in a way where because they knew the power, and just like they know the power of TV then, they know it now. They just weaponizing it in a different way.
But did that keep you from doing drugs?
No. My Uncle Johnny kept me from doing drugs, but that's another story.
That's another story.
That's true.
But so King, we went through your elementary stage of relationships, and we went through your the 20s. You described some things that were very, very informative to the public because there's a lot of people out there dealing with insecurities, different ways of finding a mate. Just the fact of just approaching somebody is tough. So what does it look like? Relationship look like for Call Me King now? Like I know you're stationed. You're stationed, over there in Germany. How does that look like for a military vet / poet / future Grammy winner? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, what does that look like, King?
What does that look like currently?
Not so elaborate.
Okay, all right. I listen. I'll elaborate a little bit. So let's talk about the future. Are you wanting to get married, have kids?
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Cool. So, make sure I understood what you was actually asking me.
Well, I was asking you something different, but I went ahead and just kind of,
Okay, well, let's
segue
back
to
around.
marriage in the future.
Maybe I'll understand. Maybe back around to it. But future wise, yes, of course, man. It's a big part of dating is realizing what you want, realizing what you deserve, realizing what it takes to get that, and how you're not going to settle for less. Now, let me explain settle for less, because remember I said I used to pay attention and listen to how people talk about us as black people, as black men and as black women, and going around where we say, settle. What I mean is people don't like to use phrases like be realistic because they think that you're downgrading your standards. No, that's not what it means. Everybody can't marry Denzel. That's what that means.
Denzel too old at this one. We talking about.
You got a son.
Don't say Michael B. Don't say Michael Jordan.
Yeah, everybody can't marry Michael B. Jordan.
No, cannot, honey, because he is taken.
Everybody can't marry Idris Elba, but what that means is you need to find your parameters of what your standards are. Not only that, but when you say I want this, make sure you're there. Or if you're not there, then appreciate that person's not there yet. If you can see the potential in the person, then they got it. That's what that means. See the potential in the person, because you can't fully appreciate the cooked meal if you didn't bring no ingredients to it.
Exactly. I respect that.
To say, okay, this is the recipe. Look at what the recipe is. Then why in the world I'm gonna let you get a free plate? You get what I'm saying? So it's when people say settle, what I mean by don't settle, what I mean is if you're in a relationship and you don't see it going to where you need to go, then get out. That's what I mean. So for me, I want a wife. I want children. I want more children because I consider my goddaughter, she's my daughter. And in dating a single parent, if we get to that point, guess what? They're also my daughter or son, I want children. I want a family. I want that responsibilities. I want that trust. Look, I'm so old fashioned. I want my house, with an acre or two.
You from Laurinburg, bro. You old fashioned.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I've never heard of that. You got to be old fashioned.
But I keep working on it for some odd reason. They're just sitting in the back. I want something generational. I want to leave something to my kids and not just a house. You get what I'm saying? I want somebody who's compatible with that. You don't have to be a businesswoman. Just you have to be compatible with me. So if you are a businesswoman, then we're compatible in that aspect. You're gonna boost what I'm doing up. I'm gonna boost what you're doing up. If you want to be the homemaker, then you're gonna be the best damn homemaker in the world. You're gonna hold me down because I'm gonna come home from work one day and not know what the hell I'm doing. And you know who's gonna tell me what I'm doing? That homemaker that's sitting there making sure that I'm in my right mind. And I think people, once you know what you want, and that's gonna set the scene for how your dating life is. So I had to take time to realize what I wanted out of a woman. I had to make sure that myself is ready for a woman to accept me for who I am. So in the future, my future, man, look, okay?
Look.
Come. You just don't worry about why I got 8 kids.
Mind your business. I definitely pray for that woman because it's very rare. Even in 30s, even in, at 33, it's very rare that a man is like, boom, this is what I want, period. And it's like, I'm not going to say period because there are levels, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But just to hear that you are like sure of what you want at 30 something years old, I'm praying for her to be on point. Like she got to be on point.
But you heard what he said though. He took time. That's what's missing right now. Y'all not taking the time. Y'all skipping levels. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all looking, y'all got the cheat code. You remember the old school cheat books? The cheat books?
Of course, man, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking for the cheat code. And they skipping levels.
I'm talking about Contra,
I think
though.
also the main problem is we're trying to compete. You know, we're trying to compete.
Why are you competing with?
Each
but
other.
That's the thing. Listen, I don't feel like I have to compete with anybody because my blessings are not your blessings. Me trying to compete with you has me looking like I'm trying to get the same thing God is in the neighborhood, which means that how I use the blessings that I'm looking, okay, you got a Ferrari, I want a Ferrari too. But how I use that Ferrari and how you use that Ferrari gonna be two different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you have women and men that date different. Okay, so me and this guy are together. Then he leaves me and start dating somebody else, and it works. You know what I'm saying? That does not necessarily mean that he did me wrong or whatever the case, but people are not the same person all the time in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Who they are to me might not be who they are to them. You know, you leave me and my child and you are a better father to somebody else's child, whatever the case is. So you're competing a lot of times trying to be what somebody is to somebody else. Like as for me, there is no competition because nobody could take my life, and I feel like somebody probably could take my life and make it a little bit better.
Right.
But as for the things that I've been through relationship wise, y'all saw the man shot me down, and I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that
You're
go.
not gonna let that go. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna propel you to do whatever you want to do in the future.
It's gonna prepare you to do great things.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You know what? And that has set the standard.
Right.
If anybody in this world can make me feel that low ever again, I want them as far away from me as the East is from the West.
See what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff I just won't take.
Words mean a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Words mean a lot. And you know, like you said about that Ferrari, listen, your Ferrari might be for, you know, going to the club, you know, parking lot pimping. My Ferrari, I'm in club Walmart getting groceries. You know what I'm saying? You know,
going to my job every day, to make sure that I secured my own bag.
Taking my kids to soccer practice. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It just depends on how you use it. You know, words mean they mean a lot, man. But I'm telling you, King, right now, marriage is something else, bro. It's a little different. You know, you're talking about like I've been married. This is my 10th year, and we've been together for.
Don't mess it up.
Man, she probably gonna mess it up. It's about 17 years. This is our 17th year. You know what I'm saying? So we were together for 7 years. Once again, we took time. You know what I'm saying? We took time. We could have got married in the 3rd, 5th year. We took time. Seven is completion. We took time. But I say all that to say, you know, dating and marriage, different beasts, because, you know, everybody has expectations about what they think marriage should be. You know, dating is just one of them things. Where
they do.
You know, you got the green light to leave anytime you want to leave. Like, we gonna argue? Well, I'm about to head to my crib real quick, you know, because I don't want to stay here anymore. You know, versus y'all buying a house, got kids, ain't a way for you to leave to go to. Technically, you do that, you know, but now you share space and you got to deal with all the other stuff that comes with sharing a space. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So it is, you know, but yeah, you know, you got to find somebody that's going to be that you going to be able to. I mean, I just say tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna love them all. You know, like you gonna love them all the time, but you ain't gonna like them all the time. You know, it's gonna be situations where you know y'all ain't seeing eye to eye, but. You know, when you can tolerate or just kind of put up with certain things, and it does make. But when you look at the totality, like the whole thing, legacy, like you said, planting that seed, it takes time to plant that seed and for it to grow. So, you know, I say all that to say that everybody who's listening, and to King, you know what I'm saying, take your time. Women gonna be here. Men are gonna be here. They ain't going nowhere. Make sure you straight. Make sure you straight enough to be, you know, with that person, because you might not be right.
Exactly.
So here comes Sister Pettybones. I have a question.
Yep.
How long is too long to be in a relationship without the ring? Is that a relationship to relationship kind of thing? Or it's like, you know, you've been with somebody for this amount of time.
Let King go.
I would that question because one of the number one most aggravating things I see on social media is the one where they talk about men should know who they want to marry within the such and such months. you don't get that garbage out of here. But to answer your question, you have to ask yourself another question because it really does make sense. And I feel like people aren't doing this. I mean, I know I'm not married, but just hear me out. I feel like people aren't doing this and they run into that situation that you're talking about right there. Has a conversation of marriage have been had? And I know people think it takes away from the excitement of being proposed to, but it doesn't. Because for one, I'm going to tell you right now, especially in this era, I'm not about proposing anybody who's going to say no.
Right.
Oh, no.
And yeah, you got the vibe and you got but just like there's a honeymoon phase in marriage, there's a honeymoon phase in the proposal period. Whatever I'm feeling right now might not be one what you're feeling, or two might just be a feeling. So what you want to do is have the conversation. Do you see us getting married? Do you want to get married to me? Or do we want to get married? What are our goals? If you have to date with a purpose. You're not dating with a purpose, and you're going to be in a relationship for 8, 9, 12 years, all your kids in college and everything, and you're still not married. Because you're just dating just so you have to work.
Exactly.
Conversation about marriage, you will most likely not have to wait that long, into marriage. That don't mean that you're going to guarantee you're going to be proposed in 3 years, but what it is going to tell you is you're not there for nothing. And there wouldn't be a such thing as too long or too short because you guys aren't on the same page. Not on the same page, you're going to run into one of two things. You propose, and I was not ready. What the hell was he thinking? Or what the hell is he thinking? He need to hurry up and propose to me so I can go on or move on to somebody else. Right. So there is unfortunately, I can't actually answer that question of what exactly is too long, but it is because there shouldn't be a too long or too short. Have the conversation. And then if the conversation is a yes, then bet. But don't expect to ring that month. Then that's when the romance go out the window. Like, okay, well, we're going to get married, but my proposal's still going to be the bond. I'm going to wait on that conversation. Right. Then on third, like, yeah, you got about that, didn't you?
I know.
You're waiting off the dresser and go get a measure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do stuff like that, but the conversation will not destroy it. It will save you. Like it'll really put you on the same page, or just let you know that person's not on that page. That person may not have any plans to get married, especially because the majority of the people that I dated in my life has been single parents, and half of those people were previously married. And that's one of the first things I ask them: do you want to get married again? Because you will be surprised, especially with women, that once they get a divorce, the answer, if it's not straight up no, is maybe we'll see. Because they don't want to go through that again. You get what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
Yeah, they don't want to go through that again. That's why you get out people that once they get, especially the women, once they get married, then they get a divorce, even if they get married again. I'm not changing my name again. It's tied to that. You get what I'm saying? So always had a conversation. Have it when you first started dating, and then have it when you start get some mileage on your relationship. Ask them again. You've had the conversation, but you owe that to them.
So true. Yeah.
Sherm, I'm curious to see what Sherm says about this question.
I agree, man. I think that you need to definitely have that conversation, which is oddly enough that we've tiptoed around this subject before with with dating the new marriage. We tiptoed around that, but like I said before back then, and he just
co-parenting,
co-parenting the new marriage. Yeah, so King just solidified exactly what I just said. Doing that is that have that conversation for sure, but make sure you talk about it. Because I'll be honest with you, with me, my situation, my wife gave me 5 years. It was established in early on before, because we were having that conversation, and then we established a time frame, and she gave me 5 years. In that time frame, in 5 years, if a proposal didn't come up, then by all means, go your separate ways. So that 5 years, I felt like was definitely a long enough period to where decide where if I want to move forward with this woman or not. But we did have the conversation about marriage. We talked about that before. But 5 years was the time frame we established, and I did propose to her in the 5th year.
You waited till the last minute.
That's gonna come up.
But see, I mean, I feel like I feel like putting a time on something is, it's kind of
got the glow, melanation.
But I feel like putting a time on it is, I don't know. I think that it can be a little intimidating when you do that. It kind of takes the fun out of the proposal. Now, keep in mind, you do want to have, you want to open up that can of worms, have that conversation about whether or not, we want to get married in it. You know what I'm saying? That's important. There are some factors in time for a female as far as like having kids, that type of thing. So it is time could be a factor. Just don't make the guy feel the pressure of, wanting to get married. You know what I mean? Like some people, like I got a friend that just doesn't think that he's prepared enough to get married. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that he feels like his career is enough to add to a marriage. I think
What you mean by that?
Because, all right, so listen. You understand this. Marriage is a partnership.
It is.
Right? And I'm going to go back to my other spiel that I had about marriage. Some people get married because, we've been together this long, we might as well. Or, hey, you know what? Because I love you, we should get married. No. You get married for love or just for love, you're going to have a problem down the line. The person has to be, it's like, I love marriage, the concept where I can get, like, somebody gets paid and then I get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stability there. So you get paid this week, I get paid next week, right? But at least, and I mentioned that because there's no, like, that person is working hard. He's adding, when those bills start to come, that love is about to get stressed out, because money is one of the main reasons why people get divorced. Some people want to prepare themselves so that way, not necessarily be ultra rich, but they want to be able to add to, let's say, if I'm dating a doctor, or if I'm dating somebody who has, some money, I want to add to that too. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily I have to match it, but some people want to be prepared for that. And I'm, listen, me and my wife got married when we was broke. We came up together. It's one of them things where we already had a foundation. So I think that's really what he's trying to do. He wants to try to have a foundation there, and a part of his foundation is money. But ours was more like the time, the effort that we put into understanding each other, nurturing, the relationship. And then we decided, hey, you know what? Let's get married. But,
that's deep.
You just gotta, whatever is yours is your relationship, right? So you can do whatever you want to do in this relationship, but it has to be a partnership. It has to be something that you all agree upon. It doesn't have to be that deep, to the point where, like, for example, Tay, let's say, for instance, you and your boyfriend y'all want to have a kid together. You already have a child, right? So if y'all want to have a kid together, he does have to understand that it is time sensitive, though.
Yeah, because I'm getting old. My eggs are starting to scramble, and I'm just like,
my eggs are starting to scramble.
If you're trying to have a baby at 40, 45.
No, I'm not. My patience is thin as it is.
And see that's the thing. That once again, that's going back to King's. That's going back to what he said. The conversation has to be had. You know what I'm saying? Then a decision has to be made. So that way we're not wasting our time. But go ahead, King. I'm sorry. You want to say something though?
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, you was hitting it. You was hitting it. It was just funny that when you was talking, I was looking at Tay in the camera. And there's some things that I wanted to say because of what you said.
What did I do? Okay.
So there's two main topics. Let's just, that's the last thing I will say. Let's go back to the time thing. Oh no, I can work it together. Yes. Okay, cool. So time sensitive. Anytime you are dealing with a woman, it's shorter time period than a man, because we start making sperm sooner, and two, we stop making sperm later. Oh wait, we don't stop making sperm actually.
Later, because we can stop having kids after menopause.
So for men, we biologically just stay ready. The only time we are not ready is we can't get it up no more. You know what I'm saying? So hallelujah. But for women, there is a biological clock. And it is a serious clock. The older you get, not just for not being fertile, but it's just health complications as well when you're dealing with pregnancy. So when you're dealing with a man and you're on a clock and you want to express to that man about that clock, or you want to remind him, or you want to see where he's at because you're on a clock, if you need him to understand, hey, I think we're ready. It's going back to what you said about your homeboy saying that he don't think he's ready. He wants that stability and whatnot. I'm going to tell you right now that, and this is something that I had to work on for myself. That's the only reason why I can speak on it. I was informally engaged one time. I knew I wanted to marry her, and we talked about it, and I even picked out the ring.
Did you get down on one knee?
I didn't officially propose. That's why I said officially engaged. We had a conversation, we agreed on it, and I was making steps to get to it. This is the stupid period. And I mean, how stupid is things that wasn't important. I made it important. I wanted the big ring. I wanted to give her a big wedding. I wanted an elaborate honeymoon and all that stuff. So the ring itself was, I ain't gonna say it because I don't want anybody to hear this and be like, well, where am I? Such and such, not a ring. So I ain't gonna But what I say all that to say, when it comes to time and being ready, if I would have, and about what you said about words being powerful, if I would have had those words of affirmation, if she would have showed me and expressed to me, baby, you got it. You are ready. I don't know exactly where you think you need to be to have a child, but let me show you that we're going to be okay where we are right now. If you do not show a man that, we will never be ready unless we hit a lottery. Because in our mind, we don't want to be failures in a relationship, especially not in fatherhood.
Yep, exactly.
Especially men who actually love their children. I'm telling you, don't nobody want to be fighting for no custody. They don't.
We don't want to see Giuseppe. We don't want to see Giuseppe on that check either. That child support.
Giuseppe.
We don't want to lose no money. We don't want to have to travel this distance to go see the child because the mother has full custody and the mother's not going to come to the man because the child live with me. So if you want to see a child, you better come over here. Like you don't have a car or a plane ticket or something like that too. And they wonder why the child don't want to come over here because you never bring them over here. Like you get what I'm saying? Like no man wants to put themselves in that spot. So we will never be ready if you let us just be like, all right, well, when you think you're stable enough. No, if you feel in your heart that, hey, you know what, you good, we're good, we're going to do this together, I think we can do it together, then that does have to be vocal. At the same time, I flip it. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm actually going to have a video with a bunch of guys about this. Male vulnerability. We have to open our damn mouth and say that. Hey, I don't know if I'm ready. What do you think? Hey, I feel like I'm not getting to the point I need to be at because if we let our women know that that's how we feel, and they feel different, they're gonna open their mouths and be like, "Baby, come on, let me show you something." You mean you see that guy right there? He thinks he's ready. Let me tell you what you're doing to let me know that you're ready, and we'll be surprised. We'll be surprised of what we're doing that we don't even know we're doing. That lets our women and our kids know we're ready. This is one girl that there's a bunch of us, a bunch of friends, went to brunch one time, and this girl, she's very attractive. Very, 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 very attractive, very sweet. She has a son. She just went through a divorce a couple years ago, whatnot. But anyway, and I was sitting across from her son and sitting beside her. The tables were kind of whatever. I got my food first, and then she got her food first, and he was waiting on his food. No, he got his food, and for some reason he didn't have any silverware. I think he had cereal or something. And I promise you, all I did was say, "Excuse me, can I have another spoon?" Knowing that I had silverware, and when I got it, I just gave it to him. Do you know that this girl was like, "Ooh." Honestly, later on, but she was like, "Oh, that's what I'm talking about." We would never think of that. That's what it takes. The attention that I have, because when I have a child, my attention needs to be on the child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The ears that I have for you, because when we're married, that's who I'm going to need to listen to. I need to communicate with you. Stuff like that. Men are brought up to be breadwinners, to be non-vocal about their feelings, to be hard, to be disheveled. And so that's what we're doing. We're making ourselves presentable only in that aspect. So as long as you don't crucify us and call us sissies and sensitive and all kind of other BS when we reach out to you and you show us, oh, baby, no, you good, I guarantee you that time clock will go out the window. Out the window. But we would not be ready if we don't have a guidance of, all right, is this ready? Because to me, like right now, financially, I'm never going to be ready because I want to be to the point where if my kids say, "Hey, let's go to London," for my senior trip, I'm like, "Bye," and I'm not there yet. First of all, hell no, you ain't going to London for your single trip. I didn't go to London for my. You better take your boat like I did.
Right.
But that's that male upbringing. That's what we are seeing, that we should be able to do this before we think about having a kid. You got to be able to do that before you get married. No, baby, there's love and struggle. And as long as you're with the person who is going to go through this with you and help build you up, then you're good. But I'm telling you, if you don't have a partner who knows how to voice that, who knows how to make you feel that you're in that safe place, your time clock will run out.
Man,
I don't know.
That's great. And
deep. That's deep.
You need to have like a seminar or something.
That's why they call him King.
Mama call him King. I'm gonna call him King.
I'm gonna call him King.
Man, let me. Hey, Hey, Trim, tell y'all think
Oh.
we know a lot about. I think we got a good podcast here. We know a lot
Oh.
of things, don't we?
Yeah.
This really like opened me up to some things about myself. Like I'm still not over that little thing that happened in 7th grade. I probably need some counseling or something.
Hey,
probably need to talk to somebody about that.
This is your counseling right here. So King, we had you on here for a little bit, man, and we've learned.
Wait. Before anything, there's one thing that King has not shared about himself that he does that I see very well. He's a good cook.
Oh,
he cooks. Yeah, he cooks. Yes.
He about to listen. These women are going to be looking for you, bro.
He cooks.
Listen. You can cook. You do poetry, bro. You want a simple life. Hey, bro, listen. Your DM about to be lit.
So go ahead and give us your Instagram, your portfolio of
all the
media.
places they can reach you.
Oh, bet. So for Instagram, it's call me King, call.me, ending with an H because the regular me was taken, .king. So call me King with an H. On Facebook, it's just regularly call me King. And if you want to find me easier on Facebook, use the @tag CMK words. It's easier because there's a lot of Call Me Kings on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So before you go though, you know what you got to do, man. So you definitely got to spit some bars and poetry, something. You know what I'm saying? Get these snaps popping. Hey, by the way, I've heard the reason why I used to snap is because back then I guess they did poetry like late at night, so they couldn't clap, so they just had to. That was the thing. This is like I think Harlem setting, like the Renaissance era.
A lot of time they have speakeasies. Yeah, you're right.
See, man, I don't know where this stuff be. This be there, man. But
anyway. It's funny that you said Renaissance.
Yeah. Right. So listen. Whatever poem you have on your head, whether it be your favorite poem, you still remember your first poem?
No, but I have it. I still have my first notebook.
You still have your listen.
That's dope, man.
Whatever's on your head right now, off the top of your head, what poem would you like to bless the masses with?
Man, so before the podcast, I had what a man. But then after talking, I'm like, dang, I don't know. I feel more lovey. I feel a little more love. I feel more intimate. So I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is take this coin right here. This is the euro. So the 2 is the second poem that I was gonna choose, called Chemistry. And the eagle is going to be What a Man. So I'm going to leave it up to fate.
Let's go.
I probably should have did this before. So if I don't catch the coin, it's going to be the first one. What a Man. Cool.
Okay.
I was about to say, we need to be able to see because we need to make sure. Go ahead.
I wish I had my popcorn, but I'm ready, though. Let's go.
I got the meme.
But what is a black man in the eyes of the world? We are the predators, the aggressors, the failures. Our names are dragged and hurled. We're feared and not respected. We got our priorities in the world. I wish I had more male uplifting programs in place. Why isn't it nobody's teaching black males how to invest in properties, start business? We're only taught to how to catch a case. It's as if we're deliberately being left out of this self-improving race. No one really cares for us. No one says, I got you, my brother, and genuinely provide help for us, but extremely comfortable recording fistfights and Popeyes and posting about us. Head nods and stare downs because we have to show that our dominance is evident. Whether or not we actually need a hug is irrelevant. Our mental and emotional states aren't allowed to show. Weak fishes aren't allowed in this trend. We're so afraid to show each other's love and appreciation. Hey, my G, that fade look good on you. I guess I gotta say no homo, or else we end up in an awkward situation. We can't even support each other without being in some type of masculine violation. Some may get clowned for not having the right pair of J's, and worse, some are actually clowned because their daddy actually stayed. What the hell kind of statement have we made? Sodomized in front of our children to change their view of us. They manufacture jobs that require our special skills. Now employment is too few for us. Then promise black women that they can provide better for them. Now they're through with us. I don't need a man. But is that entirely true? Because I never claimed that I didn't need you. See, feminism was born from a white woman's community, and now they're using it to contribute to our destructive views.
Let's stop telling our black sons that black men ain't shit. Stop putting black men in for being successful and not naming them unfit. Instead, show them how you made it and don't allow him to quit. I mean, think about it. The first thing we do to our daughters is put a pen in their hands. Baby, you gotta learn how to write your name. But when it comes to our sons, we can care less if they can barely spell. That's insane. But we're okay as long as they can make the varsity games. We are all to blame. I dare not play the victim. We have to bring ourselves out of this trend. It's up to us to develop generational knowledge and self-discipline, and to have to pick up our divine and break through this road of detrimental dead ends. So let's pick up our ambitions off this self-pity ground. No excuses. We're the only ones keeping us down. No matter the odds, no matter what they say, we will regain our crown. They will call us kings once again. Okay.
Ooh.
Snap,
Point, dude.
I got an attitude, honey.
Man, that was hard. That was dope.
That was good.
That was really dope.
And not to mention, like, you really, the passion, like you went to that, you know, it started off even killed and that climax hit, then boom, you came on back down and ended. That was dope. Yeah, that was really good. And true.
Awesome. Man, that was awesome, man. So you got your social media, got everything. Anything that y'all because we ain't gonna hold you. Listen, we done had too much of your time, man. But we ain't gonna hold you. First of all, anybody who comes on our show, this is their platform. So you're more than welcome to come back. If you want to promote the book, you want to come back just to kick it, whatever you feel like doing. You know what I'm saying? If you just say, hey, you know what? Hey, what y'all doing? What y'all talking about next week? I want to be a part of that. You're more than welcome to come back anytime, bro. This is yours. So definitely. We appreciate you adjusting your time to be with us.
Right.
Man, it's an honor, man. And like you said in your poem, man, I will definitely say this from the bottom of my heart, man. Dude, I got you. Definitely.
Oh,
this is so cool. Like, yeah.
Definitely.
We gonna listen, we gonna talk, man. We got some things, man. We got some things.
I feel like you just like came right on in and we meshed so well. It's like you've been here all the time.
Perfect, man. It's perfect.
That was dope. And you were here for to hear about my trauma. And you like really, you have a way with words. You have a way with words. I'm really thinking about going to get some help now. Hey. Thank you.
One of my poems, I can't remember which one it is, but the line is, you think I have a way with words when words are just meant for you.
That's dope. That's dope.
I like
y'all gotta have him back on here.
Yeah, we definitely
jaded, yeah.
And you gonna put our books. We gonna put our books to the side, autograph.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I want mine special. I'm gonna tell you what to say.
Okay.
Here you go. Anybody got any last words? Anything? Anything?
It was amazing to meet you. That's all I'll say.
It's always divine. Always.
Yo, I will say this, man. I got to get you on one of my tracks, man. Something, dude. I got to get some spoken word on one of my tracks, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, Kenneth got an album. Y'all, I mean, I don't know if Tay know, but Kenneth got an album he working on.
I didn't know, and he never asked me to do nothing.
So you know, I'm still putting it together.
Low key, Tay can sing.
You want
still put it together.
Can you sing for real?
Tay can sing for real.
On a couple of my poems, in my head, I envision having a woman speaking softly, kind of in the background to help me out. That's you.
What you want her to say?
We don't need to.
This is what it's all about: connecting, man. Connecting people, bro.
That's what's up.
But my last words. My last words to you, bro, is that I appreciate your honesty. Appreciate you being so vulnerable for the people, because that's what it's all about. And people, you gotta understand. People you have to be open, for people to see your flaws, all your scars, because scars are important. That means you survived something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't got no scars, you ain't been through nothing.
Definitely.
Transparency for sure. Yeah.
So you showing scars. Scars to me are things to show off. See, I got scars, stitches. You know what I'm saying? I survived. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen, people's, emotional scars, all of that. This is, it's very important for us to share those things, those stories. So Thank you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Having the heart to do it, because there's a great poet somewhere out there that is keeping them poems in a dusty box, and he or she's not doing anything with them. So, thank you for that.